Pretty close to 3/4 full for tonight's Eastern Regional Championship game, the Rose Rampants and the Cary Imps. We'd like to take time now to thank the sponsors for making this possible. Our scoreboard sponsor for tonight's game, the Daily Reflector in Greenville. Our halftime report is sponsored and brought to you by Hastings Ford of Greenville. Players of the games for tonight's broadcast, Wilkerson's and Associates Satellite System. Coming your way, a fantastic 4A high school basketball game. The winner will be on their way to Chapel Hill. We will now join public address announcer Morgan Ayler for tonight's starting lineup.
It's an honor to be selected to officiate at one of these regional championships. Boyd Lee and Charles Vincent, committee members of the Wachovia Valley Eastern Regional Basketball Tournament, will present plaques to the officials working the 4A championship game. First to referee James Shepard. Umpire Donnie Taylor. And umpire Ernest Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for these outstanding officials in this 4A championship game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the participants for this Eastern Regional 4A game. First, for the Rapids from J.A. Cruz High School. On the scoreboard this evening, the Rapids enter tonight's championship game with a record of 26-1. Starting at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 24, Chris Morris. And the other guard, a 6'3" junior, number 22, Troy Smith. At center, a 6'5" senior, number 50, Omar Briley. Starting at point forward, a 6'4" sophomore, number 34, Kendrick Moore. Junior, number 52, Tito. Head coach of the Rapids is Gary Woodside. He's assisted by Terrence Roundtree, Ralph Love, Lee Miles, and Marvin Jarman. And now the starting lineup for the Imps of Cary High School, who will be the home team on the scoreboard this evening. The Imps in tonight's 4A championship game with a record of 27-1. Starting at one guard, a 5'9" senior, number 20, Dave Ebert. And the other guard, a 6'2", number 30, Scott Hall. At center, a 6'4" senior, number 32, Jeremy Pearson. And one forward, a 6'3" senior, number 42, Chris Leaston. And the other forward, a 5'11" senior, number 25, Brian Davis. Head coach of the Imps is Bill Boyette. He's assisted by Mason Perkins, Leo Fitzsimmons, and Alan Gustafson.
All right, you have met the starting lineups. We'll be back with the opening tip right after this. Call of tonight's 4A Eastern Regional Championship game. Rose in green, Cary in white. Rose will be moving from right to left. And now, your opening tap. And it goes to the Cary Imps quickly. Dave Ebert tries a three. Got it.
Cary came off slow shooting yesterday. They come right at it tonight.
Dave Ebert, you mentioned, Mike, missed his first 4 three-point shots early in the first quarter. He takes the first shot here right off the opening tap and nails it. Cary has a 3-0 lead. And here now, the full court pressure defense that we will see throughout the entire evening. Rose gets it across the timeline. And now working the basketball. Man-to-man defense from Cary. The shot no good. Chris Morris, the follow is good.
While watching this game, make sure you spend a lot of time enjoying the athleticism like that.
Hello! There's the slam. Back the other way, it's Jeremy Pearson. Cary outrunning Rose down the floor. They have a 5-2 lead. Chris Morris, unbelievable!
We talked about athleticism. You're going to see a lot of it in this ball game. Some of the best athletes in North Carolina.
Dave Ebert, another three. No, this time it's off the front of the rim. Rebound off to Rose. Here's Chris Morris back the other way. Tito Simpson is ahead. They get it to Big Tito. Underneath, he misses the shot and is knocked to the floor.
Chris, that was blocked by Jeremy Pearson from the back. That's going to be a matchup well worth watching. Jeremy Pearson, the very good and very athletic big man for Cary, and Tito Simpson, the man in the middle for Rose.
We saw Pearson yesterday get the better of Cliff Clinton. He now probably has a more athletic guy in Tito Simpson, and the ball is thrown away.
Scotty Hall is the playmaker for Cary. You're not going to see him do that very often. There's still a lot of jitters, I'm sure, on both sides. It's going to probably take another 2 or 3 minutes before we settle down here.
Troy Smith with the basketball now for Rose. He will bring it across the timeline. Troy, the left-hander, gets to Chris Morris. There is Tito Simpson. Shot no good. Rebound comes off to Cary. Here's Scotty Hall leading the break. He has the numbers, and he has the finish. Oh, my word.
What a shot by Brian Davis. Brian Davis is a very good basketball player, but I don't think he called that one, Chris.
You know, we've played almost a couple minutes in this, and we've seen more athletic moves in this game than probably the first 3 combined.
Oh, my goodness. Just even the pass like that from Chris Morris.
Troy Smith working on Scotty Hall. Has the step, his shot off the back of the rim. Here comes Scotty Hall back the other way. Cut off, and then it is picked off by Chris Morris. Ahead of the pack, Tito Simpson. No, but he's fouled. The big guy, Mike, that can run the floor, that's Tito Simpson.
Chris, both big guys are athletic, and both big guys can run the floor. Jeremy Pearson, about 6'5" for Cary. He can run the floor. He's quick. Watch those long arms. He gets his hands on a lot of balls. And for Cary to be successful tonight, he's going to have to get his hands on a lot of rebounds.
Tito Simpson at the free throw line. He will have 2 shots. His team trails 7-4. We're about 2 minutes into the basketball game. The free throw is hard off the back of the rim.
The Rose game plan is obvious. They want to get their big man going early. Tito Simpson's missed the first few times he's gotten it. This time he gets fouled and goes to the line.
Omar Briley into the game for Rose. Rose will go big with their lineup. Tito makes the second free throw. Your score, 7-5. Cary on top. We've now played 2 minutes in the first quarter of the 4A Eastern Regional Championship game.
Chris Rose comes back out in the 2-3 zone.
Driving to the basket, there's Scotty Hall for 3. Got it.
Well, one of the drawbacks of a zone it will allow a 3-point shot, and if Scotty Hall can connect, Rose won't be in that zone very long.
Kendrick Moore with the basketball now gives it up to Troy Smith. Smith averages 14 points a game for Rose. Out tops Briley, gives it to Smith, pump fake, steps in and misses off the front of the rim. Rebound taken and knocked in by Kendrick Moore. 10-7, Scotty Hall, coast to coast.
I think one stat that we're going to have to pay close attention to is second chance baskets for Rose.
12-7 your score. Chris Morris with the basketball. It is now stolen, but a foul is called. Checking into the ball game and picking up the foul is Chris Leaston. That will be his first, his second, and team second.
Chris, Jerry Woodside sensing some nerves in his team, sensing some tension, and usually that first sweat is the time when you're the most tired. He's getting his team some rest, getting everybody involved early, so everybody feels what it's like to be on the court in this big basketball game.
Jahan Belcher has checked into the basketball game. Dyron Langley has also checked into the basketball game. And Kevin Moore for Rose also coming in. Eden Arrington has checked into the basketball game. Rose went tall. Now they are going small. Also into the basketball game is Rob Harrington. The drive and the score by Arrington. He is a 6'3" freshman playing in a regional championship game. Brian Davis with the answer.
I'm real impressed with Brian Davis throughout this tournament. This guy's got a lot of heart. He wants the basketball.
This is a track meet already. They get it down low. Rose, the small lineup, almost producing again, and Pearson nearly knocks the ball out of bounds. Jeremy Pearson. Enjoy this big man at work. He is something else. Rose now in the 2-3, and the starters for Rose getting ready to come back in, and just in time. Pearson, the follow, misses again. Rebound over the back, Brian Davis.
Well, Chris, we talked about second chance opportunities. That time, Cary got a couple of second chance opportunities. Of course, that was the second team for Rose in there. But what Cary's got to do is defensive rebounds. That's going to be the key to their basketball game tonight.
Mike, with this kind of speed, probably a good move from Jerry Woodside. Get the starters a rest and get them ready to come back and play.
Yeah, and as we just talked about a little while ago, the first time down the court, when you're nervous, you're going to lose your wind very quickly. A very smart move by Jerry Woodside.
Kendrick Moore with the basketball for Rose behind the three-point line, and now gets it to Troy Smith. Cary is in the man-to-man defense, and they will stay in it. Moore kicks it out. Chris Morris for three. Off the rim, and Davis with the rebound. Out to Ebert. The lead pass. Tough catch for Pearson, but he makes the catch, and getting it is Davis. In the corner, the three-point shot off the rim. Rebound comes off to Omar Briley, and Rose has the basketball.
Brian Davis is doing everything for Cary right now. Look at the defense on the ball on Troy Smith.
Troy Smith gets away. Now they get it down low to Briley. Turnaround jump shot. No. Tap. No. Tito Simpson. Yes.
Second chance opportunities. That was 3 chances for Rose. If Rose continues at that pace, they're going to win this basketball game.
Here's Scotty Hall. Been doing it all with the dribble. Davis tries the baseline. No. Rebound to Briley. Briley to Morris. And Rose will slow it down, but just momentarily. Smith to Briley. Briley cross-court pass, driving to the basket. Moore, no. Tito Simpson, yes.
2 chances again. Let's keep a close eye on that. Tito Simpson all over the board.
14-13, Rose trails now by a point. Dave Ebert with the basketball. He gives it out up top. Rose will stay in a 2-3, and Cary will now reset. And catch your breath.
Chris, when Omar Briley and Kendrick Moore are active, it helps Tito Simpson a bunch.
Rose now with the basketball. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this action-packed first quarter. We have not had a stop and play in some time. Morris working the baseline. Scoop, oh my!
No matter what Jerry Woodside says, you don't coach that.
Foul on the play, and it will go on Troy Smith. 2:13 to go in the basketball game, and we have a timeout on the floor. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 4A Eastern Regional High School Championship on WCTI TV 12, the news leader. Chris Justice and Mike Small with you. 15-14 your score. The Greenville Rose Rampants have now taken the lead.
I would assume the jitters from both teams are out right now. This thing is a track meet like you talked about. Both teams going end to end. It's just one highlight after another tonight. What a great basketball game. If it stays at this pace, it's going to be an amazing game.
We would once again like to thank the Daily Reflector of Greenville. They are responsible for bringing you the scoring updates. The Daily Reflector for all your sports news. Dave Ebert for all your three-point shooting. He knocks another one down. He's got 2 threes, 6 points, and now Cary has a 2-point lead at 17-15. Omar Briley, turnaround jump shot, and he knocks it down. We're tied at 17. Rose is staying in that 2-3 zone. Ebert thinks about it and gives it up. Checking into the basketball game and with the ball, Kevin Frazier. He gives it up to another new face in Marquis Carrington. There's Ebert. Foul, no call. Ebert working around. Tries it in the corner. Great pump fake. The shot on the baseline is good by Chris Leaston.
And here comes the Cary press, Chris. This intimidates a lot of teams, but not Rose because they see it every day in practice by players at least as athletic.
Drive to the basket. Pass off, but the foul on Dave Ebert. He bumps Dyron Langley. Langley averaging 9.3 points for Rose off the bench to tell you what kind of player he is.
Good job by Bill Boyette getting his big man, Jeremy Pearson, a blow. The team didn't lose anything, and now he gets to come back in.
Chris Morris checks into the basketball game. Coming out, Kendrick Moore. Morris under the basket. Rose trailing by 2. The inbounds pass knocked right back out of bounds. Checking in for Cary, Tim Burgess, a 6'2 sophomore center, number 40. Watch him. Now he's guarding Tito Simpson, and there he is. I mentioned his name, and he commits the foul. Tito Simpson, the big guy, goes after him. And here it is down low. Tito Simpson working on the sophomore, and Big Tito just a little too big.
Big Tito is more than just big. He's strong and he's wide. He's a very good basketball player. You can't mess with him down on the blocks like that.
Tito already with 7 points. going to the free throw line, trying to give Rose a 1-point lead. He does. 1:13 to play in the first quarter. Rose leads by a point.
Very active zone by Rose right now, and look at it, force the turnover.
Troy Smith gets it. He had Tito, but he couldn't get it to him. Troy drives and throws it in. Are you kidding?
How do you comment on that? Sometimes you just stand back and say, wow.
There's Jeremy Pearson. He's got the three. The big guy behind the line knocks down the three-point shot. We're tied at 22. Tito Simpson backs the other way, and he's fouled.
Chris, this is end-to-end basketball action. Both teams, this is what you want to see in a championship game. Both teams playing at their best. Now let's take another look at this play. Tito Simpson gets rejected. He gets the foul and goes back to the free throw line. Tito Simpson's going to be on that line quite a bit, I have a feeling, tonight.
Tito Simpson already has 8 points in this game. You know what? We are in the first quarter, and the score 22-22.
Now, this is a full game in a girls' game at times. This is almost a halftime score in some of the boys' games.
Tito at the line, and Big Tito, leading scorer, leading rebounder on this basketball team. The first one is off the front of the rim. Game is tied at 22. Greenville Rose and the Cary Imps. Checking into the basketball game is Avery Ware, a 6'4" junior for Cary.
You know, you hope in a game like this that both teams come out playing at their best and let the best team decide it. You never want to look back and say what ifs. What a great game we're seeing.
Tito knocks down the second one. Rose has a 23-22 lead, driving to the basket, kicking out. Three-point try is good. Josh Bang has checked into the game, and bang, he knocks down the three-point shot. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. A 2-point lead for Cary, and now the steal. Back the other way they come. Here's Marquis Carrington, gives it up, and they get it to Pearson. He lays it in.
Pearson can fill the lane. Look at this.
Tito Simpson 1-on-4.
Not a smart foul right there. Tito Simpson was all alone down low. Little words being tossed right there.
Talk about not smart. How about Marquis Carrington shoving Tito Simpson?
Marquis Carrington's got a size disadvantage against the big guy. I don't know if that's a very good idea, Chris. Take a look at how that happened again. Tito Simpson coming over the back. And then the reach-in foul. Tito takes exception. Ooh, a little elbow being thrown there. A little elbow action by Marquis.
It is a 4-point lead now for Cary. They have jumped out to a 27-23 lead. There are 8 seconds left in what has been an awfully fun first quarter.
I have a feeling we're going to see Tito Simpson quite a bit standing on that charity stripe tonight.
Tito Simpson misses the rebound, taken off by the Cary Imps. On the break, the left-handed shot, no. Rebound is saved by Josh Bang, and that's the end of the quarter. We've played 8 minutes of basketball, 27-23. Cary leads the Rose Rampants. We'll be back with more high school basketball right after this on WCTI TV 12, the news leader. Everyone, there the Daily Reflector scoreboard, and it shows Cary leading the Rose Rampants 27-23. There will be a lot for the Daily Reflector to write about this game.
I see Mike Rizard over there, a good friend of mine who writes for the Daily Reflector. He's got that pencil moving.
Oh, the typewriters will be working overtime. Rose with the basketball, trailing by 4. Troy Smith, the three is off the back of the rim. The follow, no. Rebound again, no. Rose trying, and they don't get it. Coming back the other way, Cary is fouled. It's Kevin Frazier.
Well, you want the good news or the bad news in that situation?
Give me both.
Okay, well, let's put it in Rose's perspective. The good news is they're getting those second and third, and in that case, fourth and fifth chances, which is how I think they're going to win this game. The bad news is they didn't score and they committed a foul. But if it sets a precedent, they got to be happy about that.
Cary with the basketball. They lead 27-23. With the basketball, Marquis Carrington gets it to Kevin Frazier. Rose will stay in the 2-3. Jeremy Pearson is collapsed on, but he gets it back out top. Josh Bang is in the corner. They don't get it to him. Rose gets the turnover. It's Troy Smith.
The success of that zone is when the helpers are helping the helpers, and that's exactly what you saw right there for Rose.
Chris Morris misses on the baseline. And guess who gets the rebound? That's right, him again, Jeremy Pearson.
They need
Driving
him.
all the way and shooting, no good. Rebound comes off the Rose and Troy Smith, or Tito Simpson, and he hits the ground hard. I didn't quite see what happened there to Tito, but he came down and then just landed on his back. Let's take a look at this one again as Tito Simpson comes down and then just fell. Came down on his heels and then just couldn't hold himself, and that's a lot of body to hold. Rebound comes off the Rose. They trail by 4. They have the basketball. Just under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Troy Smith, who has been held to 2 points, averaging 14. Dyron Langley gives to Chris Morris. He's shut off on the baseline.
Oh, that's a charge. Yeah. It had to be something. He came in there out of control. He came down to the travel. I might have even thought about a charge on that situation, Chris.
27-23 continues to be our score. A lot less scoring in this second half of action. Marquis Carrington with the basketball. Kevin Frazier back to Carrington. There is Jeremy Pearson. Rose in the 2-3, and Cary is stretching the 2-3 now and making him really push it, but they get another turnover.
As active as that Rose defense has been, this is their 7th possession. They haven't scored in the last 6 of them. Let's see how they capitalize.
Dyron Langley doesn't have it. Now looks for help and finds Troy Smith. He does have it.
So the streak ends at 6. They didn't score 6 in a row. They get a big basket there. They've got to take advantage of those turnovers.
27-25, 3 from the corner, hits nothing at all. Chris Morris collects the rebound. Rose trails 27-25, 5:43 to go in this second quarter. Dyron Langley gets it in. The shot is missed, and Pearson pulls off the rebound. Back the other way. It's Marquis Carrington. No. The tap is up and in by Avery Ware. 29-25. The lead is 4 for Cary. Dyron Langley being guarded, and now kicks it down low, and it's picked off and taken right back by Troy Smith. He throws it off the shot clock. The official got it, and will go back the other way. The Cary Imps have regained possession.
Troy Smith using those great hands to try to knock things loose and create something. Of course, Troy Smith, a great football player for the Rapids, a wide receiver being recruited by many schools, such as Notre Dame, one of them.
Head coach Jerry Woodside said, wait a second, the shot clock is part of that backboard. That should not be a turnover. The official disagrees. Either way, we go back the other way with Cary. They try the alley-oop. It's not there. Back into the basketball game. Scotty Hall, number 30, with the basketball. Played a very big first quarter. Cary getting some good use out of the subs, and now Scotty lets the 3 fly off the front of the rim. Dyron Langley, he's got a 3-on-1. He's got Tito Simpson, and he gives it to him, and there's the basket.
The Rapids have such excellent guards and such a great ability of court awareness to be able to see the man joining them out in the break.
2-point lead now for Rose, 29-27, 4.5 to go. Shot blocked. Tito Simpson loses it. Jeremy Pearson got it.
If Cary's going to win this game, it's going to be on the shoulders of big number 32. Jeremy Pearson is a fantastic basketball player. While Rose is playing well right now, they've got to be well aware of that man.
What a great matchup, Tito Simpson and Jeremy Pearson. Dyron Langley gets it down low. Omar Briley, and he's fouled.
Omar Briley goes to the free throw line, Chris. They're going to need a lot from him. Watch this as they get the ball inside from Omar Briley as he goes right at Pearson. If they can get production from him, that's going to free up Tito Simpson, and they really want to get Pearson in some foul trouble.
That's just the first foul on Jeremy Pearson.
Not Omar Briley will go, though, is it?
Omar Briley will go to the line and shoot 2 shots.
It's good strategy sending Omar Briley right at Pearson. It would be good in Rose's vantage point to try and get a couple of fouls on him. If you can do that without wasting some fouls on Tito Simpson, that's a very good strategic move by Jerry Woodside.
Big front line for the Rose Rapids. Omar Briley at 6'5", knocks down the second free throw. And now Rose trails by 3. 31-28, 4 minutes to go now in the second quarter. Pearson, travel, no, look at that shot.
No need for comment on that one. That's just a great player that can find a way to score when he needs to.
Pearson has come up big in the second quarter. Dyron Langley gets it across the timeline. Now will penetrate. Give off. That's Briley again. He's got it.
Omar Briley comes out active, and now let's see how Tito Simpson handles that. While Briley's getting active, let's see if it frees things up as they start to guard him.
What a great pass to Jeremy Pearson. The pass from Brian Davis to Pearson, and now it's a 5-point lead for Cary, 35-30.
Let's see how they attack this here. I think they're going to go right inside of Tito Simpson, Chris.
They go right down to him, and there is foul number 2. Jeremy has picked up his second foul. And Mike, here's the matchup you talked about.
That's right. They go right at Pearson. That's Tito Simpson having to come over. With Briley being so successful the last couple of trips down the court, they had to be well aware of him. Pearson, the man that they don't want in foul trouble, has to go over and guard Simpson.
We've got a timeout on the floor now. A 35-30 lead, 3:10 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with more high school basketball exclusively on WCTI TV 12. Welcome back to Minges Coliseum, everyone. 35-30 is your score. 3:10 to play in this second quarter. Tito Simpson will be going to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1.
Chris, one reason Cary's got a 5-point lead at this juncture is because they have not turned the ball over once in the second quarter.
13 points for Jeremy Pearson, 11 points for Tito Simpson. What a matchup.
You talked about the matchup, but one intangible there, Omar Briley. Now watch out for him. He is the third factor in this. In that matchup, if Omar Briley gets going, that's going to free a lot for Tito Simpson and the Rose Rampants.
Tito misses badly off the front of the rim. The rebound comes off to Cary. There's Scotty Hall leading the way. He finds in the corner Ebert. Ebert doesn't have the shot. Swing it back the other way. Pearson thinks about it, now loses it. Quick hands from Chris Morris. That starts the break. Here comes Dyron Langley.
Chris Morris got it started with the great steal. Langley, the presence of mind to go right to the hole.
Down low, it's Pearson. He's fouled hard by Tito Simpson. 2 minutes, 42 seconds to go. And here's another look at that foul. Tito Simpson a little bit late getting back, and he hammers Jeremy Pearson. We get the inbounds play first for Cary. They get it in, they get it to Scotty Hall. 3-point lead. Ebert has it, gives it up. They swing it to Scotty Hall. Behind the 3-point line, and there's Jeremy Pearson. Got it with the left hand.
Chris, let's keep an eye out here. Tito Simpson looks tired to me. He's hanging his head a little bit, walking down the floor. Let's watch him with Pearson right now.
And getting ready to check into the basketball game, Mike, as you speak, for Rose, we have got Kendrick Moore ready to check in.
Number 24,
Chris Morris scores and is fouled.
Foul number 25, Brian Davis for Cary.
Let's take another look at that. Watch Chris Morris on the penetration. He scores, gets fouled, uses just enough iron to get it in there.
Chris Morris at the line for Rose.
Chris Morris with a chance to pull Rose to within 2 points.
Chris, I thought they were going to spell Tito Simpson. They spelled Omar Briley.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. He stays in the game, and he's tired. Cary that time breaks the press. They score 39-35. And now the lead is 4.
Watch for the guards to penetrate and dish right here. Well, let's watch a 3-point.
Chris Morris misses Tito Simpson saves. It goes Scotty Hall. And it's picked up. And back the other way comes Hall. Behind the line, no. Rebound comes off to Dyron Langley. And you know both teams are tied right now, Mike.
Yeah, this halftime is going to be a good break for both of them.
There's Troy Smith. Rebound comes off. Now, great move in the paint for Rose. It's Kendrick Moore.
Full court press by the Rampants.
A 2-point game. Coming up at halftime, the Hastings Ford halftime report. You want to make sure you stick with us for that. Rose gets the rebound. It's Kendrick Moore again. They've got the numbers. If they see Tito Simpson, they don't. Dyron Langley pushing it ahead. Dyron all the way. Dyron, no! Rebound, Jeremy Pearson. We've got a 2-on-1 back the other way. Chris Morris is back. Davis, but he's fouled.
Langley did a good job of getting back to help out. He reached around and caused the foul. As you saw, Tito Simpson was wide open underneath. Let's show the foul again. Langley getting back, doing a good job, causing the foul. And Brian Davis, with those neat stirrups, goes to the line. We talked to him about this last night. Brian Davis says he wears those stirrups to get the team hiked up. It's a different kind of look.
This game is being played at such a pace that the second half should be as much fun as the first half, and it's hard to imagine.
Well, it depends how much oxygen they have in both locker rooms for them to come back out.
The Hastings Ford's halftime report coming your way. Hastings Ford, the keys to satisfaction will get you caught up with the NCAA basketball from today. Davis knocks down the first free throw. It's a three-point lead now for Cary. 54 seconds to go in the first half. The second shot is also good.
Chris, you've got to figure the North Carolina High School Athletic Association's got to be just thrilled with this crowd. It's loud, it's full, and just a great atmosphere for high school basketball.
And Cary has stayed close. You see the score there on the Daily Reflector scoreboard. It is 41-37. Cary has the lead. We're down to 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Boy, that fast and furious pace from the first quarter has calmed down significantly. Only 28 points scored so far in the second quarter.
Travel down low.
As opposed to 50 in the first, Chris, I'm sorry.
Omar Briley got it down low. Looked like he sort of forgot what he wanted to do with it when he got it. The final 30 seconds of the first half. And 2-on-1 break. Got it, and the foul.
Dave Ebert, the great play, goes right to the hole. Watch as we can show this to you one more time. Dave Ebert.
We don't have it for you.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, Dave Ebert went strong to the hole that time. Got the basket. And now has a chance to make the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
This is going to be interesting, too. After he shoots here, the Cary team has 2 fouls to give. Let's see if they take a shot at it.
Ebert knocks down the free throw. 44-37.
You know they're going to press here. Let's see if they try to get a foul and set something up.
Final 20 seconds. Rose with the basketball. Chris Morris behind the line, driving in and throws it up. No. Rebound. Scotty Hall. Scotty Hall has a 2-on-1. He has Dave Ebert. Dave is fouled.
What a great play by Scotty Hall to see Ebert coming across the lane. That's just a phenomenal play. Ooh.
Oh, both teams' tempers getting a little flared here. Let's take a look at why. There, Troy Smith hammers Dave Ebert. Coming up, then Tim Burgess, number 40, the sophomore. He gets in Smith's face. And we almost had a good little dance there.
Well, when a guard gets thrown down that hard, you expect your forwards to come on in and say something, at least send a message like, hey, you can't do that very often and get away with it.
Checking into the game, Kevin Frazier. Scotty Hall checks out. Dave Ebert at the free throw line, and he will have 2 shots.
Cary on another run to end the half, a 7-2 run with a chance to make it 8.
Ebert has the first free throw.
And a chance to make it 9.
He has 10 points in the first half. And the lead is 9. Final 8 seconds. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. More. The shot. No. And that's the first half. Coming up next, we've got the halftime report. We'll look back at the first half and much more. The Hastings Ford halftime report on the way. The keys to satisfaction is Hastings Ford. Your score after 16 minutes of basketball, the Rose Rapids trail Cary 46-37. Mike Small and I will be back. Take a look at what happened in the first half and what's going on in the NCAA tournament right after this. Greenville Rose and Cary, the Cary Imps lead the Rapids 46-37. Mike Small and I will have first half stats and a look towards the second half right after this. First half, Chris Justice and Mike Small with you now from courtside. This game right now, it's 46-37. Cary has the lead over Rose. Hello again, everyone. Chris Justice, Mike Small. We've been entertained by a very good first half, Mike.
Well, entertained to say the least. It's been up and down action. Of course, the first half started off up and down, end to end. Cary really coming out strong, as was Greenville Rose. They settled down in the second quarter. Got a couple of key stats I wanted to go over with you here. One of the things that Rose wanted to do was get to the free throw line, and their big man, Tito Simpson, they've been to the line 10 times, but have missed 5 free throws. That's not a good percentage. 50% is not good, and they're 0 for 5 from three-point range. Another stat for you, in three-point field goal range, Cary has hit 5 of their 8, thus the difference in the ball game.
Mike, what do you think the keys are for the second half now as both teams are getting back out on the floor to get ready for the second half?
Well, the first key is to be able to come out and have enough wind to finish this game. That end-to-end action was incredible. I'm sure they both rested up. Another key, I think, for the Rose Rapids, they've got to get Tito Simpson going. They had him going early in the game. When he's going, it frees up Troy Smith, it frees up Chris Morris, and all the great athletes that they can do in their freelance. But right now, with Tito Simpson struggling, the team is struggling. Omar Briley gave him a small lift. But I think for Rose to win the game, Tito Simpson's got to come out strong. And if he draws the fouls, he's got to hit those free throws.
Tito Simpson with 11 points and Jeremy Pearson with 15. And Jeremy's team has the lead. We'll be back with the second half. This has been the Hastings Ford halftime report. Hastings Ford, your keys to Statties Coliseum, everyone. Chris Justice and Mike Small ready for your second half. The Daily Reflector scoreboard shows Cary with a 9-point lead. We have got 16 seconds of basketball, and Cary will get the first shot.
Well, one thing Rose does not have to be comfortable about, Cary scored 53 points last night, in the second half.
They've got 46 now. And a run towards the end of the second quarter distanced themselves from Rose, and Scotty Hall with the basket.
Rose didn't want to see that. Cary's guards gaining some confidence.
Troy Smith off the back of the rim. Rebound, Kendrick Moore. He's got it. Quickly, Cary. Scotty Hall. Does he have the answer? No. Rebound, it's Kendrick Moore. And he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds on Rose.
I'm surprised Cary hasn't come out trying to get it right inside of Pearson. Maybe they're giving him a rest with the lead. Maybe they want to see the guards get going a little bit.
Just getting things started in the third quarter. Dave Ebert into the basketball game. He has scored 11. And there is Jeremy Pearson. He has scored 17.
I think Jerry Woodside wants a timeout here, Chris.
Jerry Woodside wants a timeout, and we'll take one as well. 7:16 to go in the third quarter, 50-39. Cary has the lead. More high school basketball on TV 12 right after this. Haven't missed anything yet, but here's Dave Ebert. Scotty Hall, he loses it. And Cary keeps possession. Oh, it's gotten sloppy, and there's Scotty Hall. Goaltending no call. And blocked. Back to the way. Here comes Tito Simpson.
That should be an intentional foul, Chris. The Rose coaches agree. Jerry Woodside told his team during the timeout he wants them to stay in a strict man-to-man. Now let's look at that replay one more time. Tito Simpson, without a doubt, it should have been an intentional foul. 2 shots for Tito. Jerry Woodside's team came out of the block and spent most of the first half in the zone. He told him he wants to stay strictly in the man-to-man from here on out.
Tito Simpson will go to the line for 2 shots. His team trails by 11.
Well, that's a big key in the ball game. Tito Simpson's going to get his chances at the line. He's got to convert.
10-point lead for Cary. Tito misses the second one. There's Omar Briley. Troy Smith doesn't have it. And then they go right back down to Tito. Tito in the paint, he's got it.
I have a feeling we're going to see the Tito Simpson show for the next 5 minutes, Chris, at least the next 6:36.
8-point lead now for Cary. 50-42, 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cary with the basketball, playing in the white jerseys with the green trim. Rose in the green jerseys with the blue and white trim. Scotty Hall with the basketball, trapped in the corner, nearly loses it. Cary will keep possession.
The Rose defense is active. That's exactly what Jerry Woodside wants. He wants to create turnovers and try to get back in this game. It's an 8-point game as such.
Scotty Hall has the basketball, holds the fist up. And
staying in the man-to-man, Chris, excuse me.
As you mentioned, the man-to-man defense now for Rose. And Jerry Woodside has said now is the time. The drive and the score. Chris Liston gets the basket. His 4th point, 12-point lead. Chris Morris, no. Rebound, yes.
There's the second chance opportunities. Looks like Rose is revitalized out of that timeout.
That was Kendrick Moore with the basket. Scotty Hall, Liston tries the 3. No. Rebound, Chris Morris. All alone, back the other way. Kendrick Moore, and he's fouled. Oh, no. Just knocked out of bounds.
The coaches don't like it, and let's show you why. Here he comes. He's up for the basket. Morris, that ball is, well, it's a very good call. The ball was slapped out of his hands. If the coaches could see that, maybe they'd be a little more relaxed right now.
Oh, the wonder of slow-mo. I thought for sure it was a foul. Great call by the official. Down low, Tito Simpson is fouled.
We've got a nice advantage from this vantage point. The coaches nor the referees don't have it. Shows you a great call by the ref.
Tito Simpson was fouled. Chris Liston got him.
Let's show you this one, Chris. Here he goes, Tito Simpson up for the rebound. Over the back is the call. And another
Rose with
foul.
the basketball. Dyron Langley, though, on the 3. Chris Morris right back to the hole, swatted out of bounds.
And Jeremy Pearson doing some talking as the ball goes walking out of bounds.
Oh, Jeremy's playing big.
He is some kind of basketball player, Chris.
His team leads by 8 points. Rose will have the basketball underneath their own basket. They've got Smith, Langley, Morris, Simpson, and Moore. Cross-court pass is Morris. Nearly loses it, gets it back. We got a mismatch down low if they can get it to Tito. Well, instead, oh, they get it to Moore. He gets the basket and he's fouled.
Kendrick Moore has exploded. He has come out and really helped Tito Simpson down low. What a great play right there by Kendrick Moore. The Rose Rapids are sparked, and let's show you why. Kendrick Moore, the pass was not diagrammed that way by any means. Kendrick Moore gets it, sticks it back in, gets the foul, and has a chance to have a 3-point play.
The lead is down to 6. Checking in to the basketball game for Cary is Tim Burgess. Checking out, Chris Liston.
Chris, you get that feeling. We had it last night. You get the feeling the tide is turning.
At the line is Kendrick Moore. Kendrick, the 6'4" sophomore.
The Rapids have come back with an 8-2 run since the timeout.
Great timeout from Jerry Woodside. 52-47 your score. The crowd is getting into the basketball game.
Chris, I'm getting that feeling again. I really think Rose is going to come back right here. It's a 5-point game, but you get the feeling they're playing exactly how they want to. Pearson looks tired to me, Chris.
Man-to-man all over the floor. Alley-oop. Oh, my!
Well, he didn't look too tired on that one. What a great play. Let's show that to you again. The baseline screen as Jeremy Pearson is going to come across the baseline. The beautiful lob and flying through the air and throwing it down is Pearson.
That was pretty. Great camera work, fellas. That was nice. Jeremy Pearson, and now Rose turns it over.
Chris, the key to that play was the nice pick set by Marquis Carrington on the baseline screen, enabling Pearson to just come right across and throw it down.
54-47, and you know, Mike, that came at a great time because, as you mentioned, Rose was really starting to make a run.
You know, I really felt that Rose was exactly where they wanted to be. They were starting to come back. Tito Simpson's coming out for a blow. I still feel like that. I still feel, even though that was a great momentum block, I feel like Rose is playing exactly how they want right now, and boy, the crowd's into it.
Omar Briley into the basketball game for Tito Simpson. Cary working the weave. They have the lead by 7. Davis back into the basketball game for Cary. And they get it down low. Oh, my. The throw shot. Oh, it goes.
You know, that could have been a number of things. I think the refs just decided to let that one go. I was thinking block, charge, travel. Any more come to mind?
What we got was ugly, but it was a 2-point shot and a score for Cary. The lead is now back to 9. And there's Troy Smith. Smith with just 6 points in the basketball game. There's Burgess, and he charges.
Talk about a spark off the bench. Let's talk about Jahan Belcher coming in and taking the charge. When you can't do it in the scorebooks, you do it on defense and you do the little thing. And boy, is the charge one thing. The turnover situation right now, Rose has 16 turnovers and has given up 12 points on them. Right there, they get one back.
What a stat.
Bill Grimm all over it, the Statmeister.
The Daily Reflector scoreboard. And Bill Grimm with the stat of the night.
How about that?
Wow. Scotty Hall with the steal, and he's fouled by Dyron Langley.
You know, sometimes it's not too bad of a foul, and I don't think that was a bad one either. You're not in the 1-on-1 situation. Scotty Hall was all alone for the layup, just a little nudge, and he gets him a free throw.
3:37 to go in this third quarter. 56-49 the score. Dyron Langley will check out of the basketball game. Cary has it and nearly loses it.
Almost a backcourt violation.
Marquis Carrington with the basketball. He will give off to Dave Ebert. Ebert working hard to the basket. Blocked by Tito Simpson. Chris Morris. And we come back the other way. Troy Smith. Into the paint. No. Rebound Tito Simpson.
That's over the top.
And he's fouled by Jeremy Pearson.
I think they got the wrong guy. As a matter of fact, I did think there was a foul. I thought it was Avery Ware. Let's show it to you right here. The ball is up in the air, coming over the top. I think you could have called it either way. I thought the foul was on number 34 on your screen, Avery Ware.
Great position, Tito Smith. Team down by 7, and they have the basketball. Omar Briley, they couldn't get it to him. Smith, no. Rebound, there's Tito. Oh my!
The smallest guy on the court, Dave Ebert, holds his position against big, bad Tito Simpson.
How about Dave Ebert? Pretty good acting job, but let's take a look at that one again. Tito Simpson, good position, goes hard to the... Oh, that's a good call. That is a good call, and Dave Ebert, what a great defensive play.
You win championships like that with the little scrappy guys coming in playing tough. That inspires an entire team. The smallest guy on the floor taking the charge from big Tito Simpson. The guy's got arms of steel.
Kevin Frazier checks into the basketball game for Cary. Omar Briley will check out for Rose, and Kendrick Moore checks in. Dyron Langley set to come back in, and Troy Smith will check out.
You know, one thing that we haven't talked much about is Troy Smith. Troy Smith is an explosive player. He's been held pretty much in check.
56-49 your score. The Rose Rampants have the lead. Or trailing, excuse me. Cary has the lead. What Rose would do to get it back. Stepping out of bounds, Carrington, that turns it over. Back the other way, the Rose Rampants.
Let's think back to early in the third quarter. Jerry Woodside calls a timeout, puts his team in the man-to-man, and it's paid some dividends.
Rose with the basketball now. We are now under 2:50 to play. Chris Morris on the baseline. No, there's Tito Simpson. Oh, and he's blocked. The foul is called.
That foul is on Avery Ware, that time coming over the top of Tito Simpson. Let's take another look at it. He comes and slams. A lot of contact right there. Tito Simpson, the key to Tito Simpson is position. You mentioned it a few minutes ago, Chris. Tito Simpson, with his size, if he can get position, he's almost unstoppable. He's had a lot of trips to the free throw line tonight. Rose needs him to convert.
Tito Simpson to the line. 56-49, Tito badly off the front of the rim. Second free throw now for Tito. He has 14 points. Chris Morris up high, got it. Doesn't get the roll, but he gets it back. And down to Tito. No, on the roll, Tito again, yes!
3 opportunities for the Rapids, sparked by the play of Chris Morris.
And now it's Cary. Carrington has it blocked, and Tito Simpson is doing it all. He blocks, he pulls it down, and he starts to break back the other way. Chris Morris behind the line. The lead is 2 with 2 minutes to go. The shot misses everything. There's Jeremy Pearson. He misses Tito again. Rose trailing now by 2. They have the basketball.
This run has been sparked by the hustle of Chris Morris.
Kendrick Moore with it now. 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Dyron Langley with it.
Tito's exhausted down on the blocks.
Good call, Mike. Tito is grabbing his shorts. Chris Morris, no call. And look out. 3-on-1.
What a game we're seeing here tonight at Minges Coliseum. We are seeing some of the best basketball players in Eastern North Carolina and probably in the state.
Injury timeout as Chris Morris is down on the floor. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching high school basketball on TV 12. And it's being tended to on the sideline. Meanwhile, as Rose is bringing it up the floor, Troy Smith was fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Chris Morris has cramps, we've been told, Chris. Probably not serious. He'll be back soon.
The 1-and-1, he misses the first free throw, traveling on Jeremy Pearson. Oh, no! The other official calls a foul on Omar Briley.
This crowd is in an uproar. One official called the travel. The baseline official from half court comes all the way back and reverses the call. You don't see that much.
4-point lead. And Jeremy Pearson will go back to the line. And right when Rose looked like they were starting to make a move, that's a big play, big turnaround. Pearson. That's close.
We better not show this crowd. They're a little bit hostile right now. We better not show this crowd that replay. We talked about Chris Morris and those cramps. He's coming right back in, Chris.
Morris right back into the game. Dyron Langley steps out. 58-54 is your score with 1:03 to go in the third quarter. Jeremy Pearson steps to the free throw line. He makes the first one. He has 20 points on the evening.
In case you're wondering about Jeremy Pearson, the rumor is he might be headed to play for the Campbell Camels.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound, though, comes off to Cary. A minute to go in the third quarter. Cary with the basketball and a 5-point lead. Driving in, 15-foot shot, no. Rebound, no. Rebound, saved, but out of bounds, and it will go to Rose.
Chris, many people talked about last night's game between Rose and Fayetteville 71st as the actual championship game, but I think we've got some matchup here tonight. No disappointment whatsoever.
Cary, more than willing to knock Rose off after Rose knocked off the #1 team in the state. Driving, that's Kendrick Moore. What a nice move. Rebound, that's Troy Smith. Tito Simpson it is. He's got it and scores.
You talked about position there again. Tito Simpson using that body to get the rebound and put it right back up for the basket.
Frazier with the basketball. A 3-point lead for Cary over Greenville Rose. There's Jeremy Pearson.
I'll tell you what, even watching Jeremy Pearson on a foul is pretty. This guy is an amazing athlete. 6'5½", long arms, he can do it all.
Jeremy Pearson fouled as he went to the basket. And the foul happened just before that. Interesting that they call that a 2-shot foul. 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. Pearson got it. .21 points now for Jeremy Pearson. He's a 6'4" senior center. 4-point lead, make it 5. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Chris Morris across the timeline. 8 seconds. Morris still with it. Now 5. It's Troy Smith. 4 seconds. Smith shoots. No. That's the end of 3 quarters of basketball. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 4A Eastern Regional High School Championship on WCCI TV 12, the news leader. The fourth quarter right after this.
Hi, I'm Mitchie Popkin from Furniture Fair, inviting you to shop the Impossible Carpet Sale. We just received hundreds of rolls of carpet at $2.88 a square yard, $3.88 a square yard, $4.88 a square yard for immediate installation. Large selection of colors. Also, we have hundreds of room-size rugs from 9 by 12 to 12 by 19 for only $75. Oriental rugs 6 by 9 for only $39.95. So shop the Impossible Carpet Sale now going on at Furniture Fair in Jacksonville.
Done that. Did that. Been there. Tried that. Done it. Did it. Done it. Doing it tomorrow.
Whoa!
Never did it.
You've never done nothing till you do diet do.
Did it. Done it. Liked it. Loved it.
The final 8 minutes of basketball, unless we go to overtime. It's been a great one. 61-56, Cary with the lead, Rose with the basketball.
I think the key stat in the game was just handed to me. Rose has turned the ball over 18 times and given up 13 points. Cary 9 turnovers, given up 2. Here's a few more.
Jeremy Pearson all alone for the slam, but he traveled with the basketball. Rose turned it over and got away with one.
They sure did. And even, I hate to make light of this, but even on a travel, Jeremy Pearson's athletic ability is just fun to watch.
Here's Troy Smith. Oh, he's nice going to the basket.
I think if Rose is going to win this game, Troy Smith is going to have to get into it. He's been absent for a while.
Turnover, but back. There's Fraser, and that's a layup.
Bill Boyette's done an amazing job with this team. They are up for every challenge and every run by Rose thus far this game.
63-58. Morris on the baseline. No. Rebound. That's Troy Smith. Nice pass to Morris, though, and he's fouled. Oh, what a nice pass that time from Troy Smith.
Let's look at it one more time, Chris. It was so nice. Here it is, the pass to the cutting Troy Smith. He almost converts it. He'll get 2 free throws.
Chris Morris will step to the free throw line, and he will shoot twice. 63-58 your score. Chris Morris, the 6'3" senior guard.
Well, we've seen 3 fantastic basketball games today. We're seeing a 4th, and I have a feeling this one's coming down to the wire.
The lead could be 3 if Morris knocks down the second free throw. He does.
Rose is going to go with the man-to-man full court pressure right here and try to disrupt Cary. Pearson's played about the whole game. You got to think he's exhausted, but he hasn't really showed many signs of it.
It's a 3-point game. Cary has that lead and the basketball. There's Jeremy Pearson. Oh, my.
Great players want the ball in this situation. Jeremy Pearson is just screaming for it. And look what he does with it.
24 points for Jeremy Pearson. There's Troy Smith. No. Dave Evert with the rebound. Great box out that time by Cary. They bracked the other way. There's Jeremy Pearson.
Chris, Tito Simpson's exhausted. He can't keep up with Pearson right now. It's just a mismatch in speed.
The lead is 7. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the basketball game. And Cary inching closer to a trip to Chapel Hill. Chris Morris. No. Tito Simpson. He's wore out. He is wore out.
That's the key to the game right now. Pearson is getting up and down the floor with regularity and speed. Simpson just can't keep up with him right now.
67-60. Checking into the basketball game, Kendrick Moore. A much-needed rest for Tito Simpson, but he will stay in. Dyron Langley checks out. Omar Briley checks out of the basketball game.
Notice who's guarding Jeremy Pearson right now. It's Chris Morris.
There's Tito Simpson. You got to keep him in. He's tired, but he's the horse, and you got to go with him. Rose extending the zone, maybe giving Tito a rest here. Leaston, no. Jeremy, yes.
It looked like Rose was trying to play a box and one that time with Chris Morris and Tito Simpson being the front man.
9-point lead. If you're Jerry Woodside, you got to think about a timeout. Tito Simpson with the basketball. That may change your thinking.
Plenty of time in this basketball game.
The lead is 7. 69 to 62.
Second foul, team 7, with Antonio Vincent.
5:39 to go in the basketball game. The Daily Reflector scoreboard shows it. A 7-point lead for Cary. Scotty Hall at the free throw line. He has 1 and 1.
Lost in the shuffle for this Cary team are two guys, Dave Ebert and Scotty Hall. These two guards have sparked this team, and it's easy to lose sight when Jeremy Pearson's playing like he is.
Leaston gets the rebound off the missed free throw and scores, and the lead is back to 9. Troy Smith loses it, gets it to Morris. Morris on the baseline. No. Tito Simpson. Yeah.
Number 52, Tito Simpson.
Well, Tito's got something left in him. He's a competitor, and you know he's going to reach for every ounce he's got.
22 points for Tito Simpson. The lead is 7, and a couple players are down.
That was a big rebound by Kendrick Moore, and all of a sudden a couple of guys go down. Let's see who it is. I can't really see a number right now. Can you see him, Chris?
Chris Morris, one of the guys down on the play. Jeremy Pearson also hit the ground. Pearson will check out of the game. Burgess will check in. Chris Morris will also check out.
Chris, with 5:07 to go, it's a 7-point game. Cary has the lead. Rose is not in any kind of situation to start forcing anything right now. They've got to continue their game plan, but they've got to take better care of the basketball and keep a better eye on Jeremy Pearson.
Pearson now is out of the basketball game. Maybe a chance now for Rose to make a move. Kendrick Moore with the basketball out top. And they look down low for Big Tito. He was there, but they didn't get him. You got to get it to him now because Pearson is out of the basketball game. Shot from the corner for 3. Got it! John Belcher with the 3 ball from the corner. It is a 5-point game.
I guess who's getting off the bench? Did they give him a 2? Guess who's getting off the bench right now for Cary as the crowd gets into it?
Gave him a 2 on that. That's why the lead is still 5. The 3 ball there goes by Dave Ebert. He's got 14. Oh, what a big basket from Dave Ebert. You get a shot from the corner for Rose. Ebert comes back and nails the 3.
That's a great job by him. The 2 guards, Scotty Hall and Dave Ebert, have been big, and they've been unsung heroes in tonight's basketball game.
Jeremy Pearson back in the basketball game. Dyron Langley will step to the free throw line.
Both teams in the bonus now, Chris, from here on out. 4:14 left.
First free throw rolls in. Dyron Langley at the line, the 5'9" senior guard, averaging 9 a game. Unofficially, we have him for only 3, make it 4. Chris Morris right back in now for Kendrick Moore.
I think we might be looking at situation substitution here for Jerry Woodside, playing offense, defense, trying to stop the clock and set up a defense.
Leaston with the basketball, being guarded by Tito. He'll try a 3. Oh, my. Pearson loses it. Out of bounds. It will go to Rose. 74-68. The lead is 6.
You got to go inside of Tito, see what he's got left here, Chris.
Troy Smith is fouled. Carrington picks up his 2nd foul. It's a great matchup.
Maybe the most overused word of the night is probably the most pertinent, and that is athlete. Let's show you Troy Smith here. as he gets fouled. Without a doubt, a very good call by the referees. Troy Smith, a phenomenal athlete, and like I said, we're probably overusing the word, but it's definitely fitting. Troy Smith, a football player as well, has been relatively silent tonight, and you got to think Rose is going to need him to step up here down the stretch, especially with Tito, who's got to be exhausted.
Smith has 9 points tonight. He averages 14. And there's point number 10 by our unofficial count. 4-point basketball game. Get ready for the final 4 minutes. There's Ebert. Great pass knocked away. And here comes Chris Morris. 2-on-2, make it 3-on-2. Dyron Langley to the hole. No. Tap. No. Tito Simpson throwing off Dyron Langley. Knocked down and fouled.
As Langley goes to the free throw line, Rose can be the closest they've been in a long time, since the 7:29 mark of the third quarter.
There's the shot down low, and Tito Simpson fighting hard. We've got a break. 3:33 to go. It's a 4-point basketball game. We're back with more on TV 12, exclusively on TV 12, right after this. 4-70, 3:33 to go in the basketball game. A couple scores to pass along from the NCAA quickly now. Michigan beats Texas 82-77. Missouri all over Wisconsin 109-63. First free throw is knocked down by Dyron Langley, and the lead, Mike Small, the lead is 3 points.
And that's the closest Rose has been in a long time, and they haven't been within 2 this half.
74-72, 3:30 to go in the basketball game. Cary with the ball. They're going to go to Pearson. Get it to him, and he's fouled by Chris Morris.
Chris, in that last timeout, Jerry Woodside stressed the box out, especially on the defensive boards. Let's look at this play right here once again. Chris Morris reaches in on Pearson. Pearson goes back to the free throw line. His second home tonight.
Tito Simpson, what a warrior this guy is. We've got another timeout on the floor. Rose is calling this one. We're going to take a break. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 4A Eastern Regional Championship only on Channel 12. Trail now by 2 points. They have the basketball. 3:20 to play in the ballgame. Dyron Langley with it. Here's Chris Morris. Morris down low, and they kick it out. Langley tries the three. No. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It will go to Cary.
Jerry Woodside wanted the foul on Pearson. He did not get it. One thing to keep an eye on right now. Cary has all their timeouts. Rose has 2.
3:08. 2-point basketball game. What a game it's been. Cary has held the lead throughout the second half, but now the lead is just 2. The alley-oop, no. Pearson, no. Rebound comes to Cary. Dave Ebert, great hustle there. Now that he's in the trap, he travels, no call. Scotty Hall passes off. There's Pearson. Great pass, and he's fouled down low. Carrington is fouled and then pushes off, and he'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
The Rose coaches are asking for a technical foul, and let's show you why. The pass in the lane. Actually, I don't know why. Did you pick that up?
Missed you, bud. What'd you say?
The Rose coaches were asking for the technical, and I didn't see why on the replay. I was wondering if you did.
A little bit of a push there, but you wouldn't want to call it technical now, that's for sure.
No. Well, that was a monumental rebound, a monumental offensive rebound by Dave Ebert, the great hustle. Dave Ebert and Scotty Hall, the unsung heroes of the Cary Imps tonight.
First free throw is knocked down by Carrington. The lead is now 3 with 2:45 to play. Marquis Carrington now the second shot. The lefty lets it fly, and he got it.
This crowd has been into it from the start, and believe it or not, the noise is picked up immensely.
Chris Morris threw that one away. Cary throws the half-court press at you. A 4-point lead for Cary. 2:30 to play.
And if you're expecting Cary to run the clock down and spread it out, forget about it. They'll keep coming all game long, no matter how much they're winning or losing by.
The official thought it was knocked out by Cary. The other official saw that it was tipped by Rose, and Cary will keep the basketball. There's Pearson. 78-72 as Pearson scores again.
20 turnovers for the Rampants tonight, Chris.
6-point lead. There's Dyron Langley. Troy Smith, got to make something happen. Langley penetrates in. The shot, yes, and he's fouled.
A big basket by Dyron Langley, going to the hole, drawing the foul, and more importantly, converting it with a chance to get the three-point play. A big play for the Rampants, and let's show you how it happened. Langley goes in, draws the foul, a big foul, foul number 4 on Chris Leaston. And even more importantly, a chance to make it a three-point game.
Lead is now down to 4, 2:11 to play. The free throw hard off the back of the rim. Pearson gets the rebound, and Cary comes back the other way. Ebert to Scotty Hall. Scotty to the lane, kicks it out. Carrington, no, too hard. Rebound, pulled off, fought for, picked up by Dyron Langley.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Rose needs a basket.
Troy Smith on the baseline, got the basket. 2-point basketball game, 1:45 to play. Timeout on the floor, 78-76, 1:42 to play. More high school basketball when we return to Minges Coliseum right after this. To play in the basketball game, 1:42 that is. 78-76 Cary with the basketball. Rose, the man-to-man pressure defense. Cary spreading it out, and look for him to go to Jeremy Pearson. Don't have it. Leaston tries the shot and gets the roll. Chris Leaston.
Watch for Rose to go back inside right now. Tito Simpson gave Coach Woodside that look like I'm ready to take over the game.
4-point game, 1:15 to play. There is Tito Simpson. Oh, between the legs. No, rebound, and the foul.
There's no way Tito Simpson was giving that ball up, Chris. The great play between the legs. He went for it. He took his best shot. It was a good one, but a good job on the follow-up by Kendrick Moore. Let's show you how it happened. Tito, the thriller between the legs. This guy is a big man and agile as well. The miss, a great rebound by Kendrick Moore, drawing the foul on Marquis Carrington.
The sophomore, Kendrick Moore, to the line. His team trails by 4 with 1:10. First free throw, got it.
Well, the future of Rose High basketball is a great one, as we've seen by some of the contributions from the juniors and sophomores tonight.
12 points, Mike, for this sophomore. He could make it 13. It's off the front of the rim. Rebound. Oh, Chris Morris had it, and he let it slip away.
He almost
Three-point
had
game,
that.
1 minute to go. Cary with the basketball. Scotty Hall. Carrington now with it, brings it to Dave Ebert. And Chris Morris fouls Carrington.
Both teams in the 1-and-1, not a bad guy to foul. Carrington hasn't been very involved in the offense. You got to like your chances of putting him on the line at this point.
54 seconds to go, 80-77.
I got to tell you, this is one of the best high school basketball, one of the best basketball games I've ever seen. It's just been end-to-end, well coached, great hustle, very smart play on both sides. It's exactly what you want from a championship game. We're excited to have coverage for you.
Carrington's free throw, got it. Nothing but net.
That is huge.
Chris Morris checks out of the basketball game. Checking in, John Belcher. Carrington looking to give his team a 5-point lead. He does.
One of these two teams are 54 seconds away from a bus trip to Chapel Hill to decide the state title.
Troy Smith, 48 seconds. He's fouled.
Without a doubt, that's a push. Good call by the official.
Troy Smith will go to the line. This is the kind of scoring you got to get, Mike, with the clock stopped. Rose needs this.
That's a great foul for Rose to pick up, as you just mentioned. Now they can set their defense. I don't know if they're going to make any substitutions. It doesn't look like they are, but they can get into that full court press right away. They've got to make the first one and hope definitely they make the second.
Troy Smith knocks down the free throw.
If you're wondering why Chris Morris is not in the game, those cramps are flaring up again, something that's bothered him throughout the contest.
13 points now for Troy Smith. He's turned it on in the second half. He gets point number 14. And Rose calls a timeout. We will keep it right here. 46 seconds to go in the basketball game. 82-79 is your score. Rose calls a timeout. Mike, what are you going to do with it?
What I'm going to do is full court press without a doubt. I'm going to get some of my quicker guys. I'm going to hope Chris Morris can come back in. He's up walking around. Looks like he's going to try to check back into the game. You've got to hope for something to happen here defensively. You need a turnover. You don't want to foul Jeremy Pearson, and you don't want to foul Scotty Hall, and you don't want to foul Dave Ebert. I'd take my chances with one of the other two guys.
Rose has one timeout left. They trail this thing 82-79. They trail by 3. They get a defensive stop, and you know what could happen. 46 seconds, an awful lot of time.
I don't foul yet. I try to keep the full court press on, hoping for something to happen. I don't think Cary's going to slow the ball down, even though they might show that they are. They're just not used to playing that way. If they are, that might be right in the Rose advantaged hands.
You just saw Bill Boyette talking with the Cary Imps, imploring his team that they're 46 seconds away from a trip to Chapel Hill.
Chris Rose is going to look to foul Chris Leaston, number 42 in white for Cary. That's the guy that Jerry Woodside has labeled and branded.
Scotty Hall knocked out of bounds by Kendrick Moore.
And just to clarify that, I'm not talking Buddy Ryan Bounty.
Inbounds play, Chris Leaston gets it to Scotty Hall. Scotty to Pearson. Pearson back to Leaston across the timeline. 38 seconds. Tito fouls Leaston. That's a pretty good foul.
That's exactly the guy they wanted to foul. Coach Woodside just said that. He wants to foul Chris Leaston. If they're going to foul somebody, he'll take his chances.
36 seconds.
The only problem with that is Tito Simpson's picked up his 4th foul. If we have to go to overtime or something, that's going to be costly. But they'd love to be in a situation where they can go to overtime.
John Belcher checks out. Chris Morse has the cramps worked out. He's back in the basketball game. Liston got it. Oh, what a big free throw that was.
I just watched Jerry Woodside's face, and it sunk. He got the player he wanted on the free throw line. It just didn't work out the way he hoped.
4-point game. 36 seconds to play in the 4th quarter, and he got them both. Quickly Rose back the other way. They need a basket. 30 seconds. They've got Troy Smith. Dyron Langley in, throws it up, no. Rebound tap, no. Tito Simpson, yes. 20 seconds to go, timeout Rose. The lead is 3. We'll keep it right here. 19 seconds to go in the basketball game. 84-81. 19 seconds to go, and we're going to stay right here. 3-point lead for Cary.
That was a big play by Tito Simpson. You could see the passion in his face as he just grabbed the ball, stuck it right back up. He knew how big those 2 points were. Now it's an 84-81 game. Rose has got to hope for something good. They've got some 3-point shooters. They've got Chris Morris who can hit. They've got Troy Smith who can hit. They've got a couple of guys they can look to. Or, well, the first thing they've got to do is get the ball back.
Saw a shot of Bill Boyette in his basketball team. He has to love the way his team has shot free throws down the stretch.
He's got to love the way his team's played all night. Both these coaches have done a marvelous job making adjustments. You know, we've talked about the chess match, and I know it's a cliche, and I hate to use it, but both coaches have just done an amazing job. It looks like one team's going to make a run, the other one comes back. A phenomenal high school basketball game. I feel privileged to help bring it to you tonight.
Glad you could be with us tonight for a great night of high school basketball, March Madness high school style. 19 seconds, 84-81.
Rose is out of timeouts. This is big.
Jeremy Pearson gets it across. Ebert fouled. 14 seconds left. It's 84-81. They will send Dave Ebert to the free throw line. He has 14 points so far in the evening.
Probably not the guy Jerry Woodside wanted to foul, but when you're talking 15 seconds left in a basketball game, 14 now, you got to go with what you can and just hope for the best. You fouled the guy you wanted to last time. Let's see if fouling the wrong guy will help you out.
Ebert gets the roll, and Cary wants a timeout. 14 seconds to go. I don't think Bill Boyette wanted that. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more high school basketball right here on TV 12 right after this. Back to Minges Coliseum, 85-81 your score. Dave Ebert at the free throw line for the second shot. He missed it. 4-point game, 13 seconds. We're down to 10 seconds. Dyron Langley got the three! 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. It's over. The Daily Reflector scoreboard says it all. Cary wins the 4A Eastern Regional Championship game by 1 point over the Greenville Rose Rampants. We're going to catch our breath and take a timeout. We'll be back with the winning coach and our player of the game right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Minges Coliseum. The 4A Eastern Regional Champion, the Cary Imps. Joining us now, the head coach, Bill Boyette. Coach, can you put it into words?
No way. I'm lost for words, as a matter of fact. I'm just so proud of my players. This game was built up to be a great basketball game, and it couldn't have been any better. Both teams, I thought, played excellent. Just two very, very talented and good basketball teams, I thought, on the floor tonight. And how can you ask for a better final? Greenville Rose had a great year. I'm just so proud of my players, the way they played down the stretch and the way we hung in there and got the job done in the end.
Have you ever been involved in a better basketball game than this?
I can't say that I have. I've been in some close games, and you know, what makes it even more special when you have a basketball game like this, and it's for the right to go to the state championship, and that's the way it should be. Just two great basketball teams that played fabulous basketball.
I want to ask you about Jeremy Pearson. The guy did it again. He came up big for you once again.
Jeremy, as always, when the big games are on the line, he plays. He plays every night. I thought he was phenomenal tonight. You know, he got rebounds when we needed it. He got buckets when we needed it. Jeremy's had a fabulous basketball season. He's a great basketball player.
Jeremy is our player of the game, brought to you by Satellite Systems, Wilkerson Associates. Call 1-800-ORDER-TV, and we're going to have Jeremy Pearson with us. When we come back, we're going to take a commercial. Coach, congratulations. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll be back with more right after this. Satellite Systems presents the player of the game, Wilkerson Associates. For more information, call 1-800-ORDER-TV. Our player of the game, Jeremy Pearson. Jeremy, we had you for 30 points tonight in what had to be the biggest game of your career. Congratulations. What are you thinking about right now?
Well, I'm glad we're going to the state. Greenville got a good team, and we worked our butts off, and I guess I just stepped up my game a whole notch.
You had a great matchup with Tito Simpson, a couple big guys that can really play. What was it like going against Tito?
It was great going against him. You know, he's a good player, and, you know, I had my problems in the beginning and stuff, but I could wear him out by running.
Is this the best game you've been involved with? You guys have blown people out this year. This was a great game right down to the wire. Is it as good as you've been involved in?
Yes, sir. It was a tremendous game. You know, the best game I ever had.
Now you've got to go to the state championship. Congratulations for getting there. What are you going to do now? What do you hope to do when you get to Chapel Hill?
Hope to win, baby. Hope to win and work our hardest.
This has to be a great feeling. No fear of a letdown, I'm sure, because you're going to play for a state championship. What did Bill Boyette say to you guys towards the end of the game?
He told us no silly fouls, box out because they're grabbing too many rebounds, and no fouls, and just work hard and patience and shots.
Talk about some other players on the team that helped make it happen for you. You guys had a great team effort tonight.
Dave Weaver hit some key shots, Chris Dees hit the key free throws, and the rest of the team.
Once again, our player of the game, here he is, folks, 30 points, Jeremy Pearson. If you're going to Chapel Hill, get a program and find out who this guy is. He's going to score there, too. Mike Small and I will have a final thought right after we take this break. Well, now, we're going to bring you the player of the game's mom. Esther Pearson joins us now. Congratulations. You've got to be proud of your son. And the first question we heard, do you have any more?
Yes, I do. I have one other son. Matter of fact, he is a twin. His name is Jermaine. So he isn't here tonight. But
What were you going through? What a great basketball game. You had to be a nervous wreck.
I am. I was praying the whole time, and it came through. My prayer was answered for him.
Talk about your son's play tonight. What a big performance in what was probably the biggest game of his career.
Yes, it was. I'm very proud of him. Very proud of him.
What has Bill Boyette said to you about any other sons you might want to have that could play basketball for him?
I haven't really spoke to him yet about that.
Thanks for joining us. Say hi to whoever you want to, and thanks for coming by and stopping by, Esther.
Hello, Jermaine, especially hi to you.
All right.
Okay.
That is Esther Pearson, the mother of Jeremy, who scored 30 points tonight. Now I'll be joined by Mike Small, who's not near as pretty, but he does know a little bit. We'll be back with that right after this. Mike, we were witness to what had to be one of the best high school basketball games of the year.
I can't remember ever seeing a better one. I've been covering high school basketball for about 7 years now. I just don't remember a better one. Jeremy Pearson, what a gutsy effort. I mean, that's the only word I can think of, just pure guts. The guy played his heart out. I don't remember him sitting down for more than that one little stretch with that early timeout in the second half, very early in the second half. I don't remember him sitting down. We don't have the official line on that. Unbelievable. Great guard play. Scotty Hall, Dave Ebert. An amazing performance, and don't take anything away from the Rose Rapids. What a great comeback they had. They appeared to be out of it. They came back, had a chance to win it, had a chance to get close, which they did. They lose at 85-84. Neither team has anything to hang their heads about. Cary, I think, is going to be a great contender for the East to represent the East in the state finals next week in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, you've got to figure tonight we saw probably the two best teams in the state. Next week when Cary goes up there, they probably, obviously, will be the front runner for the state championship. And the way they played tonight, it's hard to believe that anyone could stop them.
And we touched on this a little bit earlier. Of course, USA Today had Fayetteville 71st, the 6th-ranked team in the nation. Boy, there's two of them that are better than Fayetteville 71st that played tonight, so it'll be interesting how those rankings come out. But, of course, rankings don't mean a whole lot. Basketball games do. We saw some great ones. Rose beats up Fayetteville 71st, a very good basketball team. And as we talked about tonight, what a game.
Tito Simpson for Rose. And talk about Troy Smith. Talk about Dyron Langley. Great effort on their side. They lose 2 games all year. Jerry Woodside's program is right where it wants to be.
You know, I'll tell you, I think it did come down to free throw shooting. Tito Simpson had his opportunities at the line. You don't want to say what if, but what if he made them earlier? He had a few free throws blown in the first half. I don't want to put any blame on anybody because this was an amazing performance. Tito gave everything he had. He came back in the second half. He was exhausted. He gave every ounce of energy, and what a game, what a performance by Tito.
We want to take time now to thank our sponsors for making this thing possible. First of all, our scoreboard sponsor, the Daily Reflector of Greenville. If you want sports news and you're not watching Channel 12, check it out in the Daily Reflector, the best sports section around. Halftime Report is brought to you by Hastings Ford in Greenville. The key to success, the key to satisfaction, that's Hastings Ford. Player of the game, Wilkerson Associates Satellite System. Wonderful support from everyone. Of course, coming up later tonight, we've got the 1A game, tape delay, Lejeune and Williamston. And for the fans that don't know what happened, let's give them a little idea of what they're going to see tonight at 11:30.
One thing they're going to see is another game down to the wire. Two teams fighting it out, much like the game they just saw. If you don't feel like going to sleep yet and you want to watch some more good action, if that wasn't good enough for you, keep it right here on TV 12. We got TV 12 news coming up at 11. We'll give you the entire day's sports rundown at 11:18, and then stick around and fasten your seatbelts. Another great one. We were really lucky today.
So many people that helped make this broadcast possible. So many people I could start to name, but I would not name them all, and that's not fair to all the people that helped out. Special thanks WPDE, our friends down in South Carolina, for helping bring you this coverage tonight, and of course, everyone here at TV 12 that has made it happen. That one final look at some of the action that you saw tonight here at Minges Coliseum. Your final score, once again, 85-84. The Greenville Rose Rapids fall by 1 point to a team that is probably the best team in North Carolina the Cary Imps. Fantastic basketball game. Glad you could be a part of it. For Mike Small, I'm Chris Justice. Thanks so much for watching our coverage of 4A Eastern Regional Championship from Minges Coliseum. Leaving out another look at Jeremy Pearson and some of the other great plays that have happened. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.